Hello. It's that time of year again when it's the end of the world. No, that's not the one. It's the end of the year. And what a year it has been. Best year ever. I mean, for me personally, went off to a great start. That relationship's still going super duper strong. Bowie, Prince, Leonard Cohen, George Michael, they're all just spitting out sick albums every month, every single month. Had a great series of Doctor Who this year, like the best series yet. A huge 23 episode run, it was great. And they've just confirmed that new movie with Alan Rickman, Carrie Fisher, Harambe, and you know, all great movie that's going to happen. And it's all thanks to the new President of the United States, Bernie Sanders, or Hillary Clinton, or anyone but Trump. I've made a shit ton of videos, so many videos. I brought back new show format. I finished the Thief Saga. We got the Defenders of Zootopia. What a year! So many videos. So many videos. And what a year that would have been. That would have been a good year. That's not the year we got. That's not the year we got at all. We got 2016, which was not a great year. Let's do that thing where we talk about my year as a sewage. Or do we talk about my year as a channel first? Let's talk about my year as a channel. Let's do that. We made 12 videos this year. And most of that was in the first 2 months. I didn't follow through on my promises. I didn't bring you new show format back. I didn't bring you the Defenders of Zootopia. I didn't finish the Thief Saga. I didn't go anywhere new. I made a handful of videos. Most of them were Sewage Heroes videos, which take like 2 minutes to make. One of them was plugging a new channel, which we'll get onto in a second. And the rest were just things, I guess. Is there an excuse? Have I been too busy to make videos? No, not really. I've just not been in the mood, and we'll get onto that in a bit too. So yeah, we made a new channel, right? We'll stop moaning about what we didn't do. We'll talk about what we did do. We made a new channel. We got L4T poetry this year. I got really into spoken word poetry in February, and we'll get onto a reason for that pretty soon too. I got really into spoken word poetry. I wrote a bunch of it. I filmed a bunch of it, and then after a month of that, I got bored with it. I kind of stopped making videos for that too. But I'm still really into that. I'm still doing a fair bit of writing it. I'm still going to poetry events. That's nice. We'll get back to that. So that happened. L4T poetry happened. That was, I don't know. Let's call that a successful thing that we did. That was a success. Okay. What else did we did? We 7-day Nyan Cat achievement. Great. Sewage Heroes videos. I mean, I guess they're fun. They're alright. They're fun, right? I like doing them. I'm planning on doing more of them when we get back into the swing of things. It's not like there's a short list of superheroes. There are endless superheroes I can do that with. That's fine. Glee Vu. We made Glee Vu. The Glee guys came back. We did more Glee things. That was cool. That was nice. Yeah, we're good with that. William wrote a video. Yeah, the promotion was this year. Gosh. You know, with Stu and Hans, they were just chilling. You know, just hanging. Super exciting. Story of Band, that was awful. Of Milk and Men, I liked that. That was nice. Christmas Corner Shop that we got in April. Speaking of Christmas week, there was going to be a Christmas week this year. I wrote a Christmas week. I just didn't make the Christmas week. And I'd like to, because I'm fairly happy with some of the scripts, so maybe in April we'll do Christmas week. Because that's what happened to last year's Christmas special, because I'm a piece of shit. Yeah. Maybe, we'll see. We'll see. We're getting this. I mean, this is already too much effort. So that was me as a channel. Disappointing. In a word, disappointing. But, you know, I've done plenty of phone calls and stuff with Bad Jemton over on his channel. In fact, I've been so inactive, he started using rotoscoped mouths instead of me in places. But you know that's still good. We haven't done any Cockney Saga this year at all. It's just been a poor effort on my part, and you know that's that. And we'll get into the reasons behind that, which comes on to me as a personal sewage, right? You might see I'm wearing a hat, I'm wearing a new coat. I think it's kind of a cool look. It's a new since Christmas look. I'm constantly this year trying to reinvent myself because this year has not been a good year for me personally. You remember last New Year's message? Do you remember the general gist of that was, I'm happy in a relationship, I'm not allowed to do anything else, but I'm fine with that. Yeah, that is no longer the case, and as of February, that was no longer the case. Which is fine, I suppose. But what that onset was a bout of depression. And I don't mean lightly I was glum, I mean full-on bout of depression and anxiety and mental health concerns. And it wasn't necessarily caused by the whole breakup scenario, because honestly at that point I just stopped giving a shit. But it was very much a catalyst for that. I mean, there are other things at play there. It was mostly kind of existentialism, which I'm still ongoing. I'm going through this terror of my own mortality, and it's kind of freaking me out. But that's happening. That's that. So I lost that. I because that had taken up so much of my life. I didn't know what I was, where I was. Had to find myself again. Started to just go to these spoken words poetry things, just to try and not be alone. And I know I really got into it. I liked it. It's a nice safe space. It's cool. People talk about their feelings. People aren't judgmental about it. It's great. I performed there, which was one of the highlights of my year. We'll get onto the good things about 2016, because 2016 has been a shit show. And people are like, 2016 is not the worst year ever. You know, it is, in many ways, one of the worst years, probably the worst year I've ever lived through. I mean, sure, the 1940s were pretty bad as well, more so tenfold, but that doesn't invalidate how bad a year this year has been, okay? So, let's get that straight. That's a thing, okay? But we're going to do our usual annual year run through anyway, because why the hell not? So, to get us through there, let's drink. That's another thing. I've drunk so much this year. A woo-woo. Tasty. So, there's that as me as a sewage. I'm in my final year of uni now. Third year has begun. Has also begun. And the thing about third year is it's a lot of stress, so we're kind of fighting that as well. It's a very stressful time. Next year probably even more so, because I'm going to have to actually find a job. Yeah, find a job, do something all my life. That's going to be fun, isn't it? But, you know, I spent a lot of the summer doing a lot of writing, or planning a lot of writing, and I know it's hard, because you battle with, I want to do this, and then you battle with, I can't do this because I'm terrible at what I do. I'm a writer. I have writer's anxiety. People do. It's fine. That's I think every writer thinks their writing is shit. I'm no exception to that. And in many times, you know, my writing is shit. But that's just how it goes. Yeah, that's how it goes. So let's tone it down. Let's take the shit way down. Just way down, okay? Because what we're going to do is we're going to do usual genre run-throughs of the different aspects of the year, try and be as upbeat as we possibly can, then we'll talk about everyone who died, because a shit ton of people have died, and then we're going to try and end on an optimistic note, and I'm going to talk about all the things that have been good about the year. Is that okay with you? Good. So, first thing, I believe, is TV. Which for me, gosh, I have watched so much. I made a wheel of things that I'm watching and I haven't finished most of them. But it's a big old wheel. It's like 50 plus things on the wheel. Rick and Morty, for example. Utopia, which I finished. BoJack Horseman, Love. Love is new this year, so it's kind of topical, I guess. Love. Orphan Black was good this year. I know, I'm going blank. There was some TV, I binged a lot of stuff. Class was a new show this year, I liked it, it was good. They shouldn't have put it on iPlayer. Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, that stuff was all good as usual. We haven't had any iZombie this year, we haven't had any Doctor Who this year. Sherlock starts soon. Oh, we had one episode of Doctor Who. It was largely better than last year's Doctor Who, which is not saying very much. This is really good, but it would be so much better cold. What else are we talking about? So yeah, that was TV. Let's just speedily do it, because let's be real here. Who gives a shit? Films. What did we get for films? We got Deadpool. I think was the first one I saw this year in the cinema, which was alright. Doctor Strange. We had Civil War. We had The Jungle Book. We had Legend of Tarzan. We had Zootropolis, maybe? I haven't seen Zootropolis yet. We had Ratchet and Clank movie! Ratchet and Clank is my childhood game, and they made a movie of it. I've got it on DVD, haven't watched it yet. Power of the Daleks. That's not a film. Let's go back to Power of the Daleks. That's exciting. Rogue One, that was a great film. I'm not hugely into Star Wars. I like it, but I'm not like a massive fan. But Rogue One is like, wah. Rogue One, man. Rogue One. Also, did we see Fantastic Beasts? That was good. That was good. What would have made that film better is if they hadn't used CGI for everything and they'd had some actual practical effects. That would have been real nice. That would have been a nice touch. I don't know. There were some films. Most of them were good, but there are only a handful of standout films. So there's that. Suicide Squad also happened. That was Batman vs Superman as well. Suicide Squad, Batman vs Superman. Batman vs Superman wasn't so good. Suicide Squad was perfect. It's what I wanted from the movie. It was everything. Yeah. So that brings us on to the not the final section. This brings us on to the fun bit, the music of 2016. Let's do it. Now, baby, hold me closer in the backseat of your Rover. Na 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 na. Tattoo on your shoulder. All my friends are heathens. Take it slow. Take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket, amigo. I don't know that song so well, it's terrible. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. This is a shout out to my ex. It's just a rip-off of that GRL song. It is. So rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry. Na 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 na. I mean, that was some of the songs. I got really into the band Pixies this year, and Kate Tunstall. I got really into those. So that's supposed to be what I listened to. I went to a few gigs this year. I went to see Beyonce, right? Because Beyonce. I went to see Malta Jukebox again. I went to see Kate Tunstall. I went to see Kate Tempest, who's a poet/rapper who's great. And I forget who else I saw. I almost went to see Allies from the Bad, but trains screwed me over. I don't remember. But yeah, that was all great. Oh, cool stuff, gigs and stuff. Yeah. So haven't really been into mainstream music. I've been listening to my own nonsense. Sport. So there's an Olympics, wasn't there? That's generally regarded as good. I think people are generally pleased at the whole Olympic scenario, but I was a bit distracted to give a damn. I think we did pretty well, but we didn't get the same Olympic hype that we got in 2012. That's a jolly shame. Jolly shame, because 2012 was lit. I hate sport personally. 2012 was lit AF in regards to the whole Olympics, Victoria Pendleton thing. Backtracking to shows, speaking of my bays, Hooten and the Lady had my bay, Ophelia Lovibond. And Game of Thrones was back, and that had my bay, Maisie Williams. Maisie Williams, if you will. So, you know, go throw those names in there. Just sneak them right on in. Get your gumbers. So, yeah, sport. There was an Olympics, it was good. Please, winning. I don't know. Which brings us somewhat despondently to politics. See, last year we glossed over politics for the simple reason that it was all a bit terroristy. Now, it's all been a bit terroristy this year too. We've had a fair few terrorist attacks. We've got Syria going on, where, to be honest, in many ways, everyone else is the terrorist because everyone's just blowing the shit out of Syria. There's all that. We're not going to talk about that because there are two kind of political events that stick out in memory. One of them was the old Brexit. And that happened, and I don't think that's such a bad thing. I mean, is it preferable? Probably not. Is it the end of the world? No. Are we going to see much difference as opposed to, you know, differences in trading? No. Culturally, we're still getting our whole free movement thing. More than likely, we'll still get that. We still can apply for EU citizenship. So, is it a bad thing? Probably not. It's like, oh yeah, but the pound dropped to the lowest it's ever been. That was an hour before the vote turned out leave, and then as soon as it did, it doubled. So, yeah, swings and roundabouts, isn't it? So I'm not too bothered by that one. As opposed to my reaction to the other main political event, which was the US shitstorm of an election. We're apparently alienating every group of voters that aren't white, straight, rich men. Aren't those people? If you're not that, then you're alienated from this guy, and you still voted for this monstrosity that is Donald Trump. Why that happened, it's beyond me. I'll never understand it. Well, I understand it's because you don't like the American super families, and the real idiot here is the person who decided, hey, let's let Hillary be the leader of our party, because I mean that anyone else would have beat Trump. It's just the fact that she's a Clinton, and people have hated her for 30 years. So that was just a poor move. But yeah, we've got that guy who may or may not be ending the world at some point soon. But aside from all that, that's been the year in topics, I guess. I'm gonna, my kill list is gonna include everyone who's died in 2016, which has been way more than usual years, and it's bizarre, and it's really not helping with the whole existential mortality thing. So we're gonna go through this in reverse order, and a lot of these names, I'll admit, I don't know, but we're gonna go through them all anyway. So, Debbie Reynolds, Carrie Fisher, Ricky Harris, George S. Irving, Ricky Lopez, George Michael, Richard Adams, Liz Smith, Rick Parfitt, Michelle Morgan, Gordy Tapp, Zaza Gabor, Craig Sager, I want to say Sager, Bernard Fox, Alan Thicke, Jim Lowe, John Glenn, Joseph Mascolo, Greg Lake, Billy Chaplin, John Calfer, Grant Tinker, Keir Wolford, Jim Delegati, Van Williams, Fritz Weaver, Ron Glass, which actually makes me sad. Fidel Castro, Florence Henderson, Sharon Jones, Holly Dunn, Gwen Ifill, don't know who that is, Leon Russell, Robert Vaughan, Leonard Cohen, Janet Reno, Kay Starr, Tammy Grimes, Bobby V, Pete Burns, Kevin Meaney, Thomas Ford, Shimon Perez, Arnold Palmer, Jose Fernandez, Jean Shepherd, Bill Nunn, Charmian Carr, James Stacey, Hugh O'Brien, John Polito, Gene Wilder, Marvin Kaplan, Jean Martin, Stephen Hill, Jack Riley, James Woolley, John McLaughlin. Oh gosh, here we go, this one's a hard one. Fivush Finkel, Kenny Baker, Mitchell Rickard? Mitchell Rickard? I don't know. Alexis Arquette, Glenn Yarborough, Peter Fountain, Richie Martin, David Huddleston, Gloria DeHaven, Jerry Doyle, Gary Marshall, Bonnie Brown, Danny Smythe, Noel Neal, terrible name, Noel Neal, Carolyn Ahern, Teddy Rooney, Ellie Wiesel, Michael Camino, Pat Summit, Buddy Ryan, Scotty Moore, Mac Rice, Anton Yelchin, Ron Lester, Joe Cox, which was horrific, Ronnie Claire Edwards, Anne Gwilbert, Mishu Mezaros, I don't know, Christina Grimmy, also horrific, Geordie Howe, Muhammad Ali, Paddy Duke, Mike Barnett, Bert Kwoke, oh, I forgot about that one, that was a freaking stab to the gut right there. He was from Tenko. Alan Young, Morley Safer, Julius LaRosa, William Shallot, Billy Paul, Madeline Sherwood, Lonnie McIntosh, Prince, China. Oh yeah, China died. Victoria Wood, Doris Roberts, Ann Jackson, Merle Haggard, Ronnie Corbett, James Noble, Mother Angelica, Gary Shandling, Earl Hammer Jr., Ken Howard, Joe Garagiola, Fife Dowg, Richard Bradford, Rob Ford, Peter Brown, Joe Santos, Larry Drake, Frank Sinatra Jr. Oh yeah, forgot about that one too. Damn. Adrian Corey, Keith Emerson, Robert Horton, George Martin, Nancy Reagan, Joey Martin Feek, Gil Hill, George Kennedy, Tony Burton, Lenny Baker, Sonny James, Yolandi Fox, Harper Lee, Vanity, George Gaines, Antonin Scalia, Joe Dowell, Joe Oleski, Maurice White. That was sad too. Bob Elliott, Mike Miner, Paul Kantner, Abe Vigoda, Glenn Frey, Noreen Corcoran, Dan Haggerty, Renee Angelil, Alan Rickman, Brian Bedford, David Magulies, David Bowie, Angus Scrim, Kitty Callan, Troy Shondell, Pat Harrington and Robert Stigwood. That's the list I got here. I'm sure there are many more that have sadly passed in this awful bloody year. Yeah, and I suddenly realised that Peter Vaughan isn't on that list. He also is dead. So on a year like this, I mean, that was necessary to do, because so many people have died, and people will argue that it's no more than any other year. It kind of is, though. It's just a lot of high-profile people in a short time. It doesn't make any sense. Why would it make any sense? It's life, it's death, that's what happens. But it's still very sad. You know who didn't make that list? Harambe, because that's a joke that isn't funny anymore. Even though I think I made it earlier. Oh well. So here we go. What was good about this year? Robot Wars came back. There's one thing. You know what else? Pokemon Go happened, that's what. So Pokemon Go, I choose you. But to be honest, I got bored of Pokemon Go and deleted it, so maybe not the best example. For me, it's Sewage. We said we'd talk about positive things. So yeah, finding that poetry was a good thing for me, and I said, yeah, I came down with that whole depression, but good thing is that I broke through it. I've met amazing people this year, and I've spent a lot of time with some amazing people, and that's all through the nonsense that's happened. I've managed to achieve finding such great people. I performed at the poetry thing, which for me was a huge thing, because I'm usually way too anxious for anything like that. So that was really cool. That was a nice moment. I also performed in a Comedy Society's Christmas show, which, you know, it's not much of an achievement because I didn't speak, but, you know, getting up there again, it's good. I like it. I passed second year. I mean, I also failed second year, but then I resat a module which broke me, and I passed it. I got on top of it. I sorted it out. I improved. Albeit not by much, but enough to pass. This year, I'm probably attending more classes than I usually do. There's that. I went to Spain. That was nice. Got out of the country. So, you know, while there are a lot of bad things that have happened this year, there are just glimmers of not so awful things, and, you know, mildly happy moments, and there's that. It's been a terrible year, right? I don't care what you say. Yeah, there were worse years. That doesn't make this year anywhere like less shit. It was awful. Next year, it's probably going to be just as bad. We can hope and dream that it's not, but it probably will be. So, yeah. There's no good whining about it. There's no good moaning, myrtling about it. What we're going to do is just keep it on, my guys. My guys. So, I suppose all that's left to do really is to rate the year. 1. That's generous. That's because the flickerings of positivity, it gets a 1. Out of 10. Out of 100. Shit. No, out of 10. Yeah. Hopefully next year I'll get motivated, I'll do more stuff. I'm not making any promises because I'll probably break them. I will try and bring back new show format. I will try and do Christmas week in April. I will try and make something. Defenders, who knows? We'll try and finish Thief Saga. We'll try and just get through the year. Yeah. This is probably quite the downer, isn't it? So, with what little footage we've made this year, I suppose it's time for our end of year montage, and we're going to use the same song as last year because I like it. I like that song. So, thank you for experiencing this ordeal of a year with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate you individually. You're all important, you're all wonderful, you're all special, except to you, I love you. Thank you for watching, and good night. Oh, damn, this one was awesome. Look at this thing! Killer Crockett! Stop! Hello, my child. Now I killed Sinestro, like, single-handed. Hi. What do you want? I inhaled the hypercharged atoms of a radioactive liquid, and now I'm the fastest man on Earth. I'm a hero that we need to want to deserve to not need to deserve to want. I suppose. It's right what they say. Twice as company, thrice as a crowd. So, I mean, this is addressed to Liam Alchemist Schoolgirl. Not many people know that I'm actually related to Dave Grohl, so listen guys, I don't care about any of these problems. I don't know what you just said, but you said it, pal. No! Hello there, sir or madam. I could sell you this copy of that snowman. It's got me in it, walking in that air. Sure, I'll take it. Why is that important?
Well, of course not. How on earth would we get internationally famous from a poorly done cover of a 9-year-old song? You're an idiot, Suman.
Absolutely, I've learned my lesson, alright. I think what Subat means is that music these days has no flambesh. No what? Flambesh. What is, I don't, flambesh, flambesh. The music industry doesn't have any flambesh. That's not what I meant at all. Gotta take Tom Baker's note with his ears. And maybe the Williams probably won't ever text me back.
Just an FYI, this is being filmed on the 29th, so if anyone else dies, then they're an asshole for ruining what I've got going on. And they didn't make the list. Like I said, I'm sure there are people who've already not made the list, because the list wasn't the best made list. But, if anyone dies now, then they're not going to make the list. There's no two ways about that.